Hello, everybody, on this Saturday. Thanks so much for joining us right now for Atlanta News First Plus. You are looking outside at Midtown Atlanta as we approach noon on this Saturday. You can see it is cloudy. It was really foggy earlier this morning to start off the day. So we will check in with First Alert meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi here coming up in just a moment. I'm Megan Packer. Thank you for checking in with us. We know it is a busy weekend in Metro Atlanta. We've got a pretty big football game happening later today at 4 o'clock at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. So we'll talk about the SEC Championship today, Georgia and Alabama, coming up here in just a minute. But you are watching Atlanta News First Plus. We're here to update you on some of the day's top stories here in Metro Atlanta and tracking Atlanta's most accurate forecast with our First Alert weather team. If you joined us earlier this morning for the morning news, you know that we were following a story out of Hall County from overnight where the sheriff's office tells us that at least one person was injured in a drive-by shooting. And we know that 3 people were taken into custody. This is an active investigation right now that the Hall County Sheriff's Office is working. If you are familiar with this part of Hall County right near Gainesville, they were asking people to avoid the area of Shallowford Drive, Shallowford Road, and Crow Drive and Skelton Road. This is in the area, it looks like a big shopping center. There was a Lowe's there. This was early this morning from the overnight hours. They were asking drivers to avoid it, so it very well may be clear at this point, but just a heads up, if you're in that part of Hall County today and you see the law enforcement cars out there, they are working what they said was really a series, I believe is how they worded it, multiple drive-by shootings from overnight. One person shot in the arm, expected to survive, and again, 3 people taken into custody from that. The other big story that we were, of course, following for you today is everything that is happening with the SEC Championship game. It is at 4 o'clock at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, Alabama. And right now you are looking at some video of the fanfare experience that is free for you to check out at the Georgia World Congress Center. People have been out there since it opened up at 8 o'clock, so what a great way to go have some fun with the kids, burn off some energy before the game starts at 4 o'clock. You can throw the football, you can kick the football, all kinds of different activities. And again, it is free. It's at the Georgia World Congress Center right there next to Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And if you are here in our area today, only place to watch the game is on our station, Atlanta News First at 4 o'clock. So that is a big one. Georgia, Alabama. Who are you pulling for, by the way? And in Chamblee today, if you drive a Kia or a Hyundai, an older model that has a key, not a press button start, the Chamblee Police Department is trying to help you from getting your car stolen. This has been an issue. The department is actually holding an anti-theft club giveaway this afternoon, similar to what we've seen the Atlanta Police Department do earlier this year. Chamblee residents who have a Kia or a Hyundai, again, that uses a key, not a push button, can pick one up while supplies lasts. It's happening from noon until 4 at the Chamblee Police Department headquarters on Buford Highway. Do you have your Christmas tree yet? If so, what did you pay for it this year if you got a real one? The American Christmas Tree Association says that after a few years of shortages and inflation, this year tree prices have stabilized. However, you're still going to have to shell out a decent amount of money for them. The 8-foot tree on average is about $100, according to that association. But we checked out 4 different Metro Atlanta tree lots and found that you could be paying anywhere from $150 to $300. We spoke with some people that were out there buying their trees, and one woman says that she decided to go smaller this year because of the steep price. She said, hey, why would I spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on something I'm just going to chuck in a few weeks? So just a heads up, some good news and some bad news there when it comes to the Christmas tree prices. If you are looking for something to check out today, perhaps SEC Championship football action is not what you're into and you like a sweet treat, you can go to Dessert Wars happening in Cobb County. Some of the best bakers from across the country are here in town this weekend. 48 bakers who won smaller competitions in their cities are competing for different awards here at the Dessert Wars. They're going for a People's Choice Award, a Judge's Choice Award, a chance to win $10,000 and a trophy. Sign me up for this all the way. You can go to Dessert Wars yourself at the Cobb Galleria Center from 3 until 7 tonight. Tickets start at $60. So as always, no shortage of activities happening in Metro Atlanta. And the big question is, how's the weather looking for it? Because as we look again at Midtown, you can see it's just kind of a dreary day. The fog was lower earlier in the day, really affecting you driving. But now that we're at the noon hour, it's made its way up to the top of the building. So now it's just cloudy. So we'll bring in First Alert meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi to talk a little bit about this and when the rain's moving in. And some people have already been seeing the rain, Courtney.
Yeah, and so the forecast has been a little bit tricky. This morning, originally, we were thinking we were going to have a pretty widespread rain chance at this point, but that doesn't seem to be the case. It's been very foggy. This fog kind of promoting a little bit more of a stable atmosphere, if you will, and so that has helped kind of keep the rain suppressed. It's probably still feeling a little bit misty out there for you, but overall it's a dreary looking day out there with all of the low-lying clouds for the morning, obviously draped over Midtown there. So we're trying to get my camera shot right. There you go. It took us just a couple of clicks. Okay, here we go. Every time we'd move the little camera up, it would go too far, and then it would go too far in the other direction. I'm First Alert meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi. Because of this dreary start to the day, we do have a first alert, not only because of the dense fog we had this morning, that obviously has lifted, but because of the rain that will kind of be on and off through the day today. The good news is, though, it does look like our coverage of rain kind of continues to diminish for us. So we're going to kind of take you through it, what to expect. So here's a look at what we are looking at as a whole for the weekend. Moderate impact on your day. Don't think it's necessarily going to make you cancel any plans, but obviously it doesn't look so pretty out there. It's kind of just damp and misty out there. That will be the case through the day. On and off showers will be fairly likely, and then Sunday, the morning will be wet for the early morning. Well, a lot of us are sleeping, but most of the day will be dry. So here's a look at First Alert radar again as we approach noon here. A lot of the rain south of the city. So right now we're looking at about a 60 to 70% coverage of rain, but downtown Atlanta is dry and a lot of our surrounding counties, so from Cobb to it looks like Gwinnett, even parts of North Fulton County dry right now. A lot of the rain south of the city in places like Fayette County, Henry County, down towards Lamar and Upson County, and then, of course, far north Georgia up in the mountains. And that's been the case this morning. A lot of the rain has been kind of sandwiched on either side of downtown Atlanta, and Atlanta's just been getting this quick passing showers, and that's essentially what to expect for the day today. And again, it's a first alert because it's nuisance weather. It's going to be a misty and dreary day with that chance for rain, so you might be dodging showers at some point as you go out and about, whether it is doing Christmas activities with the family or going to tailgate for SEC. You're going to definitely just want to have the raincoat handy just in case. Let's take you through what our latest forecast model says. So you can see right here, this model's doing a pretty good job with rain to the south, downtown Atlanta dry, and rain to our north. As we head towards 2 o'clock, I do think that rain is going to continue to kind of drift off to the north and to the east. So I think we will see some fairly dry time today, especially for the metro area as we head into the early afternoon, which is of course good news for anyone who just might be tailgating, or maybe you're headed to some friends' houses to watch the game. You won't have to necessarily stay cooped inside. Temperatures are going to be mild in the mid to upper 50s to the low 60s. I do have us in the mid 60s in downtown Atlanta. Of course, always a little bit warmer inside the perimeter. But again, some dry time between around 2 and 4. 4 is, of course, when kickoff is. That's a popular time for people to be heading out and about, kind of finishing their plans or maybe heading out before dinner. It does look like we'll get some dry time there. But then as we head into the later evening, if you have any late evening plans, I know we have some concerts in town tonight. Again, a lot of the rain kind of stays north along a front that's out to our west, and then that will start to kind of sink down to the south, becoming more widespread through the overnight as our front moves through. So again, this morning, or this afternoon rather, we'll see periods of on and off showers, especially north of the city, but I do think we'll stay mainly dry for most of metro through the afternoon, with more evening showers becoming widespread, and then of course scattered rain through the overnight, maybe a rumble of thunder through the overnight as well. I don't think we're expecting severe weather, but if you hear a rumble of thunder while you're sleeping and it wakes you up, I wouldn't be completely surprised by that, as that front starts to move through. That front's just going to provide a little extra energy through the overnight hours. Now Sunday, we'll have about a 20% coverage of rain by 7. A lot of the rain is going to fall between the hours of like 2 a.m. and 5 a.m. So while we're sleeping, and then we'll have a mainly dry Sunday with temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. It's going to be fairly warm for a, I guess technically, meteorological winter did start yesterday. So we're almost into winter. The actual winter solstice doesn't happen until the end of the month, but Definitely not feeling like December tomorrow. It's going to be pretty mild. As we head into midweek, we're going to have another cold front move in. Now, that front is going to be a dry front. We're not going to have a lot of moisture to work with, but it is going to make for a breezy day on Wednesday, and it will cool us down fairly briefly. But take a look at our overnight lows. As that front moves in Wednesday, we're going to wake up in the low 30s on Thursday, so a lot of us will wake up freezing. You might want to think about maybe dripping those pipes again on Thursday morning. But overall, our lows will stay warm through the overnight tonight, only dropping near 60. That cloud cover is going to kind of insulate us through the overnight. And then 40s Monday morning as you go back to work and school. And then we'll stay near 40 Tuesday and Wednesday, the coldest morning of the week on Thursday. Our high temperatures the next 6 days also going to be kind of unseasonably warm for the most part. Again, with the exception of Wednesday and Thursday, that will be slightly below average. But overall this week, looking fairly seasonable for us. Just a dreary weekend. We'll show you that with the 7-day forecast. So a 60% coverage of rain. I think that overall, a lot of the rain will be north and south of the city. We'll kind of be sandwiched in between some rain with a cold front to our west and a low to our south that's kind of pulling in some Gulf moisture, really bringing rain to like central Georgia this morning. But again, some passing showers will be possible throughout the next couple of hours, and then even more so late this evening for Metro. And then mid-60s today. Early morning rain Sunday. That's really going to be primarily while a lot of us are sleeping before a lot of sunshine returns for the work week. So the work week, after a dreary weekend, will actually shape up pretty nice. I do think, just want to note that we could see some sunshine tomorrow, but for the first half of the day at least, I think it's going to be fairly overcast and cloudy, and then we'll potentially see some pockets of sunshine as we head closer to sunset. And then we'll have a lot of sunshine for the work week. Just some chilly temperatures with highs back in the 50s and 60s and mornings generally in the 30s and 40s. All right, everyone, thanks so much for spending some time with us. Stay dry today. I know that it doesn't look quite so pretty out there. Might not be the most motivating weather to get up and at it and enjoy your Saturday, but I hope you can get out and take advantage of the day despite the kind of dreary weather. At least it's not freezing out there. You know, it could be worse. It could be very cold rain. Make it a wonderful Saturday, and thanks so much for spending some time with us.